Everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a heavy tank showdown at mid-tier in War Thunder, the M4A3E2 Jumbo, the Tiger 1, and the IS-2. We're going to break down speed, reload rate, turret turn rate, gun penetration, and how many hits each of these heavyweights can bounce off before they go down. The winner will be the most balanced, factoring in armor, firepower, and overall survivability. Let's jump into it. First, let's take a look at the M4A3E2 Jumbo, the American heavy tank. Jumbo's armor is a real standout at this tier. The hull has 102 millimeters of armor, and the turret is a solid 152 millimeters of armor, which is thicker than the Tiger's 1 turret and gives the Jumbo some excellent survivability. The armor is sloped, so it makes it even tougher to penetrate in some situations. And it's really good at bouncing shots, especially from mid-tier guns like the 88 on the Tiger 1. Now let's talk about the gun. The M4A3E2 Jumbo is equipped with a 75mm M3 Canyon, which is great for mid-tier battles as it penetrates around 121mm at 100 meters, which allows it to handle many of the tanks it faces at this tier, especially the Panther and Tiger 1, but it can struggle a bit against heavily armored targets at longer ranges. It has a reload rate of 6.9 seconds, which is quite fast for a heavy tank. Its turret turn rate is decent, but not as quick as some lighter tanks. The Jumbo is definitely an excellent choice if you want a well-armored tank that can absorb hits, but you will need to be accurate and strategic with your shots due to the smaller caliber of its gun. Next up, the Tiger 1, the famous German heavy tank. The Tiger 1 has 100mm of frontal hull armor, and its turret armor ranges from 100mm to 120mm. This gives it a good balance between survivability and firepower, especially when compared to other mid-tier tanks. The Tiger's 1 88mm KWK 36 Canyon is a real threat. It has a penetration of 150 millimeters at 100 meters, which is one of the highest in this tier. It's extremely effective at knocking out most tanks in its range, including the M4A3E2 Jumbo, if you're hitting the weaker parts of its armor. In terms of reload rate, the Tiger 1 is a little slower with 8.2 seconds, but that higher penetration makes up for the slightly longer reload. Its turret turn rate is also slower compared to the Jumbo, but it can still be quite deadly at range with its 88mm gun, especially when using its superior armor to bounce off shots. And now we come to the IS-2, the Soviet heavy tank. The IS-2 features 90mm of hull armor, which is decent but not as strong as the Tiger 1 or M4A3E2 Jumbo. However, it more than makes up for it with its powerful 122mm Li-25T Canyon. This is a big gun for mid-tier, and it has an impressive penetration of around 175mm at 100 meters, making it a real threat against any tank, including the Tiger 1 and Jumbo. The IS-2 has 90mm to 175mm of turret armor, depending on the angle, which makes it quite survivable in most situations, especially when angled properly. However, its reload rate is 10.5 seconds, which is noticeably slower than the Jumbo and Tiger 1. This slower reload can be a disadvantage in close quarter battles, where quick follow-up shots are key. The IS-2's turret turn rate is also slower than the other two, so it can struggle in situations where turret mobility is needed. Now that we looked at each tank, let's break it down and see how they compare. Armor. The Jumbo stands out with its 152mm turret and 102mm hull, making it one of the toughest in this tier, especially against the 88mm and 122mm guns. The Tiger 1 has 100mm of hull armor, which can bounce off shots from smaller calibers, but the IS-2 has decent turret armor, though its hull is a bit weak compared to the other two. Gun penetration. The IS-2 has the best penetration at 175mm, followed by the Tiger 1 at 150mm, and the Jumbo with its 121mm penetration. The IS-2's gun can go through pretty much everything at mid-tier, while the Tiger 1 and Jumbo need to aim for weak spots on tanks like the IS-2. Reload rate. The Jumbo is the fastest with a 6.9 second reload, followed by the Tiger 1 at 8.2 seconds. In the IS-2 is the slowest at 5.5 seconds. Turret return rate. The Jumbo has the best turret return rate, making it more agile in close combat. The Tiger 1 is slower, but it can manage. And the IS-2 lags behind with the slowest turret return rate. Bouncing shots. The Jumbo and Tiger 1 or both excel at bouncing shots, especially from small caliber guns like the 75mm or 88mm. The IS-2 can bounce shots from larger guns like the Tiger's 1's 88mm, but it's more vulnerable in terms of overall armor. Winner. The M4A3E2 Jumbo comes out on top as the most balanced heavy tank in this matchup. Its armor, while not the thickest, is sloped and well protected, allowing it to bounce shots from almost every tank of mid-tier, including the 88 on the Tiger 1 was the fastest and a decent 75mm gun. It's able to get in multiple hits before the enemy can reload, making it a solid pick for mid-tier heavy tank class. The Tiger 1 and IS-2 are both great, but the Jumbo just offers that perfect mix of firepower, survivability, and mobility. You have it. The M4A3E2 Jumbo is the most balanced tank in this showdown, making it the best all-around option for mid-tier heavies and War Thunder. What do you think? Do you agree, or do you think the Tiger 1 or IS-2 deserves the win? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more tank comparisons and gameplay breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the battlefield.